Hi, YouTube. I'm Sheila Maria. I hope that you are safe and you are well wherever you are. And the title of this video is called Hearing Your Star Family. So first of all, who are your star family? Your star family, yes, are your spirit guides. But more than that, your star family are the group of beings that have welcomed you home after every lifetime you have had. So they know you very, very well. Whatever life form you have incarnated into, whenever that life form rejoins the oversoul, your star family are there. And they can be a mixture of different species. So, for example, my star family, I have Atlantean, I have Lyrian, I have angelic, I have beings. Hi, Kim, I love you. I have beings from other places. And talking of star family, there is my sister. I was her brother, go figure. Long as I was well hung. We are in Lincolnshire after all. I love you, Kim. So your star family see what you achieve after every lifetime. They see what you consider to be your failures. They don't regard them in that way. And, you know, I think what it's worthwhile saying is that it can be very frustrating if you're wanting to know who your star family is, but you can't get their names, you've forgotten their names, and you've forgotten how they look. But the one thing that you won't forget how they feel. Now, not that many members of your star family will incarnate with you. And very often they're not in touch with you all the time because your frequency is very similar to them. So putting it bluntly, when you're in lesson, they're in lesson as well. Excuse me, my voice has gone. And they've got their stuff to do and you've got your stuff to do. So if a member of your star family, like my gorgeous sister over there, does come into your life, don't be offended if they're only in your life for a short period of time, because you would get nothing done. You would chew the fat all day and you would get nothing done at all. But when you meet a member of your star family, there is a difference between a member of your star family and a soulmate. A soulmate may come from the same soul group as you, but usually with a soulmate, you're learning something and hopefully teaching something and sharing something, or not, as the case may be. But somebody from your star family, you really have no contracts with for any length of time because you're already at the same level. And all the incarnate members of your oversoul will be at a similar sort of level, depending on which universe they're in and what they're doing. So your star family are very, very familiar to you. And as we say, the spiritual amnesia that we all come here with can lessen over time. So for me, the spiritual amnesia is becoming less and less. I certainly don't know everything, neither would I want to. But I am very, very aware of parallel lives. I am pretty aware of timelines. And that is something that I believe the more aware that you're prepared to be, the more aware that you will become. So your star family can help you more than perhaps you know, more than perhaps you believe. You don't need to know what their names are. You don't need to know what they look like. You just need to remember how they feel, and they are always with you. It is no coincidence that I'm doing this and my sister over there has popped up, and we're as bonkers as each other, I'll tell you that. So your star family can remind you at times when you're struggling just how lucky you really are. Now, you might be going through some very, very difficult things. No doubt a lot of people are. But we're still very, very lucky to be here, no matter what our life is like. And I don't say that without understanding what pain is. But places on earth are in very, very high demand, and very few souls that want one get one quickly. So your star family can also give you signs when motivation or courage is running low. So as I was walking my doggy this afternoon, literally as I'm walking, 3 feathers just fell down in front of me. And that was a sign from my star family that despite what my mind thinks, apparently I'm on the right path. And your star family will also step in when you're at a cliff edge or you're going through an important transition. So I can remember having a massive argument with my husband, and we were both drunk, and I actually fell in a stream. I fell in a stream and lay there for a while. And it was absolutely obvious that my guide was stood there watching me, probably with his head in his hands, if he had any sense, telling me, you have a decision to make. And the decision I made was to stagger back to my husband, stinking of pond water, and we made up. And I mean, that was many, many years ago. I was walking wonky the next day, but anyway, not for the reason you might think, but because I'd fallen in a stream. So your star family will present themselves if they need to. If you are at a point that you're going to make a decision which goes against what you wanted to achieve, because they know you better than you know yourself, they will step in. But I would also like to say to you, it can be far easier to hear them before you get to that point. And I want to share with you a really easy way of hearing your star family. You don't have to be particularly gifted. You don't have to be particularly psychic at all, because they're your family. And they're not on earth, they're in your aura, and they are connected to the part of you that is with them now. And by the way, your star family come from different densities. So you've got some star family in the 4th dimension, some star family in the 9th dimension, and so on and so forth. And they are aware of you at the density that they're in, and you have the capacity to be aware of them wherever you are now. Hey, Jody, I love you. So the way that I hear my star family, very, very simply, I get really quiet. It's not meditation. Meditation is something I do because I enjoy it. It is just a case of getting really, really quiet. I'm not only focusing on the breath. I'm not sitting in a lotus position with my legs behind my head. I can't do that anymore. I might try. No, I won't. all I'm doing usually is curled up on my sofa with my blanket, and I'm really, really quiet, which does happen at times. And then all I do is I communicate through my heart center, and I ask them, I tell them I love them, and I say to them, please, fam, be with me. And they're there. They're always, always there. And it's the same, whoever you are. And if you do sense them, you will just sense a group of individuals that are ready to help. They're ready to listen. And if you're wanting step-by-step guidance, forget it. That, you know, they're not on earth and they're not going to live your life for you. But what they will do is they will listen. And if you ask, they will advise. But they won't predict things. They will tell you usually what you already know. And then the funny thing is if you don't really believe it's them and you doubt it, like most of us do, and you then go off about your day, you will suddenly get a sign or have an awareness that you were hearing them, and that the answers that you got that you doubted were right. So the biggest message I have for you with hearing your star family, don't worry. Yes, brilliant, Jodie. I love going to bed. It's my favorite time. I love going to bed. So trust yourself. If they trust you enough to come to Earth when places are in such high demand, if you're even talking to them, then it beggars belief that you wouldn't trust yourself, because you're the only person that you can count on for the whole of your life. So if you don't trust yourself, it's a real waste of time, okay? When you talk to them, tell them you love them, because that opens all the barriers beyond your doubt, beyond your fear, beyond your worry, beyond your frustration. Tell them that you love them, because you really do love them. They love you so much, and it is mutual. And number 3, when they give you advice and you think about dismissing it, give yourself a few hours and then go back and just within yourself revisit that advice, because you will have to agree with them. You will have to agree with them because they know you. They know you so well. And it doesn't matter, as I say, the mind might want to know what their names are or what they look like or whether they're from Lemuria or whether they're from, you know, Postman Patland. But the honest truth is that's the mind. And that doesn't matter. What matters is that you can absolutely trust them and you won't have forgotten how they feel. So I want to invite you, if you're listening to this and you would like some help in hearing your star family, in May, I am doing a 1-day only cosmic consciousness retreat. And one of the first things that I will be teaching you is how to hear your star family, literally word for word, how to hear them. I will be doing a cosmic telepathy activation. We have a star being activation and a light being activation and an angelic activation. So you will get that. So whichever density your family is in, there are no barriers. No excuses as to why you can't hear them, because you can. And you already have, is the truth. I've got my Orion here, which is lovely. And we will also be teaching you how to see your future incarnation. It is fascinating. We will also teach you to see the timeline that you're on in this reality. We're also going to talk about jumping timelines, and we're going to talk about astral travel. I jump timelines, I jump into parallel lives every night, and it blows my mind because I now remember it all. Yeah, I'm still married to one of my exes. I've got timelines where I'm with each of my exes, which is really bloody scary. And I'm actually saying to one of them, I'm not your wife. She's your wife. And he's like, no, you're my wife. And I'm like, no. Yeah, it's going to be amazing, Jodie. So we will also teach you about reptilians, and we will also teach you your cosmic origins. So everybody is going to get a cosmic origin reading and a cosmic telepathy and astral travel activation. So you will get all of that. And although the date isn't set yet, it's going to be on a Saturday in May, and it's going to be just £75. Hey, Emma. Hi, Jodie. Hi, Lena. If you can all just give me 1 minute to rescue my dinner, because I'm becoming a crematorium person. Just give me like 2 seconds. 1 moment. Oh. You haven't turned the oven down quickly, straight away. So whilst I'm here, oh, thank you, Emma. This is my husband. Although this isn't my husband, I'm not married to the background. He's out there. Yeah, the cosmic consciousness class. All right, I'm going to let Orion speak, but then I'm going to pull you some cards if you'll just bear with me. Okay, just give me a moment. Apparently, I'm pretty for an old person. That's what my daughter told me today. She says, I haven't got a big nose or anything. I'm pretty for an old person. So there you go. There you go. Right. Let's just get Orion in and let's just see what this was his idea. I hadn't planned to do it, but he said to me, he said, no, people need this. So I'm going to get him to tell you why. And then I'm going to pull you all some cards if you're live. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Orion. You all know that you've been around for a long time. You all feel it. Many of you have often wondered if you are really from Earth. The answer is, I should hope not. How boring that would be. When there's a wide expanse of opportunity, why would you plump for just one? You wouldn't, is the answer to that. You are each the sum total of all your experiences filtered down to a finite point. And despite this, and the density and the chaos and the control and the efforts to make you conform, you are still aware that you are much more than this. You are much more than this. You are much more than all of this. And your natural curiosity is awakening. And we're so glad about that. And the interesting thing is that many of you are now willing to take a risk that you have the answers yourself. Where only 3 years ago, even 2 years ago, people at that point were looking for someone to tell them who and what they were and why on earth they were here. And although it can be very comforting to receive messages through another source, there is no one more connected or better connected than you. And at best, these messages, these readings are comforting. Perhaps they are reassuring that you have not gone badly wrong, but they are rarely, very rarely enlightening. And it is enlightenment at the end of your life that you will have. And what we want for you and what you want for yourself is to experience more light now, here, soon. And so this offering is to equip you with the tools to have much more confidence in your ability to connect with yourself in all versions, in all forms, in all ways. And your star family are simply encouraging you to admit to yourself that you do know what is right for you and that you can trust what that inner voice says. After all, if you cannot trust yourself, who then? What then? And we will say to you very clearly, the main benefit of trusting yourself is that you create your world afresh every day. You no longer hold yourself back for fear of loss. You are willing to be present in the now moment and to accept everything and anything that comes in some way as being necessary and needed. You stop thrusting life to one side. Instead, you strap yourself in, tie up your laces, and you start to move forward. And you make progress in many different ways every day. You will obviously have obstacles. Very often, these are the effect that other people's lack of awareness has upon them and then upon you. But I will say to you that the more aware that you are prepared to be, the more abundance, the more opportunity, the more light, the more radiance will become the reality that you have here, because it is the reality that you have everywhere else. There is truly no better place to experience abundance than here, because when you can accept the reality that you are in many places, in many guises, in many bodies at the same time, you stop worrying about getting it all done before you run out of time. You allow yourself to become curious about those other lives that you have, those other paths that you didn't take, the other ways in which you have grown. You become curious about where you are from, and you become excited about where it is that you are going and what you may choose to do next. And you can feel the anticipation of all of these things every day. And as you do, the holographic nature of your world multiplies itself every time you open your eyes. And so setbacks are simply opportunities to learn something new, to bring from within yourself a strength or an astuteness or an awareness that perhaps you did not know you had. And so in this class, in this retreat, we are inviting you to come within to find out what you have always suspected that you have known. And then we will confirm this for you. But what we want for you, my friends, is for you to be the source of your own answers. I am Orion, and I am sending you all my love, of which there is no end. Goodbye, my dears, for today. Okay. So that was my gorgeous, gorgeous guide, Orion. So I am going to pull some cards, my darlings, and then I better go rescue my fish. So the Cosmic Consciousness class is £75. I've only got 5 places left. It has started booking already. The date is going to be one of the Saturdays in May. It won't be the last Saturday in May, so it'll either be, I think it's the 22nd, it'll be the 22nd of May, or any of the Saturdays before that. Okay, so I will confirm that for you. But as I say, it's £75 for a whole day. If you can't make it live, it's a shame, but it doesn't matter, because you will just get the replay and you'll get your cosmic activation and you will get your cosmic origins reading, whether you are live or not. And I'm just really excited by this. It's something that I'm very, very passionate about. And I just know that when you keep having dreams and you're dreaming the weirdest things and you're completely conscious and you remember it all, it isn't a dream. It's usually a parallel life that you're seeing and that you're in. And that's happening for more and more people. So I would like to teach you about that. And I would also like you to be able to hear your star family like I can hear mine, because you can hear them and you have heard them. And it is just a shame if you can't get the help that's there. So the post is on my Facebook. There's a link there. You can just book the class, and I will be in touch very, very soon. Oh, we have got some cards for my gorgeous sister, Kim Yin, which is funny because you were the yin to my yang. I had a yang, you had a yin. Which is just lovely. And I love you, Kim. Thank you for everything. I cannot wait to see you on the 29th. I miss you so much. And then we have Jody. Jody, apparently you're being asked to go and chop wood. Okay. I will just tell you, Jody, that is not literally about chopping wood. That is about really looking after yourself. It's about doing what you need to do. Emma, beautiful Emma with the lilac aura. Let's have a look for you, sweet lady. We've got chopped wood again. I'm going to pull you another one, darling, because that sort of feels a bit of a get out, really, doesn't it? Oh, well, if you can do this, I bet you're a popular lady. Flexibility. Aren't these cards pretty? So you're being asked to be flexible. Hey, Erika, lovely to have you here. Let's pull a card for, oh, we've got the same cards coming out. So Yin for Erika, and that's really about self-love, and it's about the Divine Mother, and it's about femininity. And if you're not here, I'm going to pull a card for you to choose. By the book, taking care of yourself first and foremost. And I just really want to encourage everyone to know that you are on your path. You're doing a much better job than you realize. And you know, if you're feeling an urge to find out more about why you're here, or where you're from, or who your guides are, then this class is for you. It's less than the price. You get a whole day for less than the price of an hour with me. So I just think it's I think it would be crazy not to take it. Oh, Emma, you're very welcome. You're so welcome. It wasn't a purple aura, it's a lilac aura, Emma. I would have to go into your energy to have a look at, and I'm happy to do that in a session, or if you're in a class with me, I'm very happy to do it. But just to protect my energy, and also to be fair to everybody else, I sort of leave that unless that's where we are. So I'm also going to be doing a prosperity message tomorrow. So it would be lovely to see you around the same time. So it's 6:45. So it'll probably be about 5 o'clock tomorrow night rather than as late as this. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have enjoyed this, I am just a small business. It would make so much difference if you would share this, because I'm trying to reach new people. I'm sending you so much love. Have a beautiful week. I love you. I'm proud of you. And your soul family and your star family, which are the same thing, are very, very proud of you too. Cherish yourself like they cherish you. Lots of love from me. Bye-bye.